Hey, welcome to week 8 of BOPO Run. This week we are going to be covering cross training. As we get into our longer distances of running, so 5K, 10K, and more, cross training becomes very important to help us prevent injury or recover quickly from injury, avoid burnout, things like that. This week's video is going to be just me talking, not a whole lot of demonstrating. I will be going over the various benefits that cross-training provides us as runners, and then also providing some examples of cross-training activities that we can incorporate into our training programs. Now, of course, as you're taking the BOPO Run program, you might already be participating in some of our body positive fitness classes. So if that's the case, you're already incorporating cross-training into your program, which is very good. So I have my notebook in front of me, so if you see me glancing down, that is why. There's a lot of information for this week's video, and so I didn't want to forget things, so I want to have it right in front of me. So yeah, let's get into it. Cross-training. So I have written down 5 benefits that cross-training gives us, and I'll get into it. Number 1. Cross-training, while incorporating it into our running program, can help us avoid injuries and help prevent injuries from occurring or reoccurring. So overuse injuries are one of the most common injuries when it comes to running. And most can be prevented, or at least prevented from reoccurring once we've recovered from them. And some of the causes of overuse injuries happens from inadequate recovery between our runs and muscular imbalances. So some low impact cross training to kind of help with our recovery between runs would be incorporating things like walking, elliptical, cycling, and swimming. Now I know right now, because we do not have access to indoor training facilities, we might not have access to all of these things, but adding a recovery walk on your rest days is more than enough cross training, especially for right now. And then one way to incorporate cross training in to help us with muscular imbalances is strength training. So some of the videos that I had demonstrated earlier in the weeks for BOPO Run program, incorporating the little strength training videos like that is more than enough to help us with muscular imbalances to avoid any injuries for those reasons. So benefit number 1, injury prevention, which I think is pretty key. Benefit number 2 for cross training is rehabilitation. So if we get an injury, cross training can help us recover quickly. It can help us maintain our fitness and help us when we get back to running, feeling like we haven't been away from it for too long, okay? So, of course, if the pain you are experiencing is extreme or like sharp and stabbing and things like that, please see a health professional and take their advice. And of course, rest is very important when we have injuries as well, okay? So 2 very important things to remember. But some of the low impact activities that we can do when we have injuries and we want to kind of maintain our fitness so that when we can return to running, we're feeling good, are water running. So wearing a little floaty belt and basically jogging in the deep end of a pool, elliptical, cycling, inline skating. And these are all great because they actually mimic running. So that way when we return to running, it doesn't feel as foreign if we were doing something completely different, okay? So first 2 benefits of cross training, injury prevention and rehabilitation. Our third benefit is that it's great for our overall running fitness. Incorporating cross training into our run programs can help us become more efficient runners. It can help us become stronger and more powerful. And then by adding in cross-training exercises like cycling, walking, things like that, it allows us to add more training volume without adding the stress of a high-impact activity such as running. So incorporating cycling and things like that can help us get more of our cardio training in without adding in the high impact stress of running. Number 4, enhanced motivation. Adding in cross training can prevent us from getting bored with our running. Likewise, if you're not feeling like running, but you're still wanting to do an activity, you are more than welcome to swap out a run for a cross training activity. It's not going to hurt us. It's a good way to prevent yourself from starting to hate running because you feel like it's more of a I have to do this rather than I want to do this. So incorporating other activities helps us look forward to each activity as we do them. And 5, our final benefit for cross training is complete rejuvenation. So especially when we start running longer distances, you might find yourself coming to the end of a program, or say you want to start doing races once we are allowed to start doing run races in person again, allowing 2 weeks of complete rest from running. So incorporating our cross training activities, things like that, while resting from running for 2 weeks or longer, and then slowly introducing running again before following a formal training plan. It can just help us look forward to when we start to increase our load again with running, and avoid burnout in the long term. So yeah, that's our video for cross training. Our 5 benefits. Let me go through them one more time. Injury prevention, rehabilitation, great for our overall running fitness, enhanced motivation, and complete rejuvenation and avoiding burnout. Okay. Yeah, cross training is great. I know if you're already in the BOPO world, you're probably taking some of our classes, and that's great. Continue to do that. And yeah, I hope you have a great week 8 and happy running. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.